Mahito did nothing wrong.
What?
Now, before you throw a hissy fit, just give me a few minutes to make my point. I am not trying to make anyone like Mahito. I do not like Mahito. I think it's despicable. He was responsible for the death of some of JJK fan favorites and a very core instrument in the tragedy that ensues in the JJK franchise. But in this video, my goal isn't to change your opinion of Mahito, it's just to offer a different philosophical perspective. Welcome guys to my channel. If this is the first time you're clicking on here, thank you for giving me a chance. Whether you like or subscribe is entirely up to you. I'm just happy that you were here. Now, in order to understand Mahito, we have to understand curses and cursed spirits. Curses are not born from a father and a mother like the normal biological way of conception. It doesn't require sexual organs or anything like that. They are born from the human psyche. They're basically a sediment of the human psyche. It's essentially a collection of negative energy that comes from us. So when you're afraid of something, when you have hatred, when you have malice, when you have something negative, that seeps out in the form of cursed energy, and these curses or cursed spirits are essentially the embodiment of that emotion. And the more intense that emotion, the stronger the cursed spirit or curse that comes out as a result of it. Which brings us all the way back to Mahito. Now, Mahito is one of the most diabolical curses in JJK for this very reason, because his conception was because of human malice. He's basically the antithesis of a Powerpuff Girl. He's like a Powerpuff Girl from hell. Instead of sugar, spice, and everything nice, you get hatred, malice, and everything cruel. Now imagine for a brief second, right, that you're a curse, or rather in this case, you are Mahito. You're born, you open your eyes for the first time, you're in the sewer, darkness, nothing around you. But deep down in your core, in your DNA, you already know your life's purpose. You don't have to go searching for some eat, pray, love journey or anything like that. You already know you are the personification of human malice. Your entire existence is validated simply because you exist. So you go ahead and you do what comes naturally to you, what your DNA tells you to do, to be the bane of humanity. And you're having fun living out your life's purpose, and then out of nowhere, you have this group of guys who haunt your kind. If it was up to these guys, your entire species would cease to exist. Now, what do you do in this scenario? You didn't choose to be born, and you didn't choose the fact that you were born off of malice and all these other negative emotions that human beings spew from their body because they cannot control the cursed energy. However, now that you're living out your purpose, again, not something you chose, these guys, these sorcerers, are coming in to spoil the show. You can't have fun with your friends anymore, you can't live your life. They just want you guys to get exercise, to stop existing, and you don't like that. You want to live. You didn't choose to be born, you didn't choose the circumstances surrounding your birth, but now that you're here, you don't want to go anywhere else. You want to do what you've been born to do. And these sorcerers are trying to put an end to your life. The hypocrisy of it all. Not only do I not choose my birth, now you get to choose my death. While I did not have a say in how I came into this world, best believe I will have a say in how I live it. Now, I have seen some people refer to Mahito as a psychopath, which is actually inaccurate, okay? For a human to be a psychopath, it's because they lack a conscience, something that should be there. For a curse to lack a conscience, that's not a default, that's not a disorder. That is by design. As a matter of fact, Mahito is perfectly healthy, because if you judge him by the curse standards, he is doing exactly what he's designed to do. Which brings me back to a different antagonist, one of the greatest antagonists I've seen on screen, Miriam from Hunter x Hunter. There was this speech he had with this human before he killed him, because the human was begging for his life, and Miriam looks up to him and says, looks on him and says, "Do you feel anything for the livestock that you kill? You don't. You just simply take it because you feel it's necessary and their life is beneath you." And this is exactly how Mahito looks at human beings. To him, human beings are livestock. The things he does, he doesn't see it the way we do. The same way that we don't see the cruelty to animals, killing them, eating them up, making them into burgers, the way a livestock would see it from that POV. So when Mahito is cruel to Junpei or Nanami or trying to fight back against the sorcerers, he is not only making a statement for validating his existence, he's also trying to prove that curses, Mahito himself, is the true evolution, the true human being. That's why he doesn't change his patched up experience. He's unapologetically himself. This is someone with the ability to change his own soul and shapeshift into anything else. But he stays true to himself because he is proud to be a curse. If you look at things from a human perspective, it's very easy to look at Mahito as cruel. But Mahito is no different than a tornado. A tornado has no other option than to destroy everything in its path. You don't spend days and nights talking about how evil a tornado is or how a tornado is wrong for existing. A tornado is simply a consequence of nature. It just exists. Same way Mahito just exists in the JJK universe because of human beings having these negative emotions such as malice, hatred, psychopathy, etc. And do not be fooled by their appearances, okay? These curses do have feelings as well, because you could clearly see from the anime how the death, or rather the loss of Hanami and Dagon impacted Jogo. When Jogo took out those sorcerers, there was no joy in it. It was simply because he wanted to avenge his fallen soldiers. They aren't just monsters. They're a grieving species fighting against extinction. Yuji eventually had to accept this grim reality in the final fight that they had. He stopped worrying about morality and realizes simply that there's no point to argue. He says, I am you. Yuji realizes that he is a cog in a machine meant to kill curses, and Mahito is a cog in a machine meant to kill humans. There is no right or wrong. There's only the struggle to survive. And this is why Suguru Geto's ideology, although very extreme, hits the nail on the head. He understood that curses are just a symptom. The problem is a non-sorcerer population that can't control their cursed energy. If every human could control their emotions, or at the very least their cursed energy efficiently, kind of like sorcerers can control their cursed energy, Mahito wouldn't even exist. Mahito is essentially a victim of a system that he didn't create. So now I'm going to conclude by asking this question to you. Did Mahito do anything wrong? If born as a consequence of humanity's hatred and then fighting to stay alive is a crime, then yes, he did something wrong. But if you look at it from the perspective of a curse, the perspective of a child of malice, just trying to find his place in the world that wants him dead, he was simply playing the hand that he was dealt. He is the mirror. If you don't like what you see, don't blame the reflection. Blame the ones standing in front of it. So, this is my argument for why I say Mahito did nothing wrong. Anyway guys, that's it for my video. It was a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. I just kept rambling after a while, but thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And please don't just blindly agree with me. If you think what I'm saying is nonsense, if you think I'm chatting nonsense, please, I would like to see your thoughts and your opinions, and I would like to see a different philosophical perspective. Leave a like and subscribe. Like I said, if this is something that you want to see, then I'm going to be making more videos like this, and the engagement, whatever I can get from you guys, will motivate me to make more videos like this going forward. So yeah, that's it for my video. It's been Agnostic Reviews, and I'll catch you guys next time.